So, let me take you through this whirlwind of a day my husband and I had at the park. Picture this. It was a beautiful afternoon. The sun was shining, and we were eager to let our 3-year-old daughter enjoy her favorite place, the park. We arrived, and at first glance, it seemed like a typical day. But as we got closer, everything changed. There, in the heart of our beloved park, we saw two groups of adults having a picnic. And their kids? Well, they were in swim trunks, armed with bottles of dish soap and buckets of water. Yes, you heard that right. Dish soap. They were turning every single slide into a slippery, soapy mess. Now, I don't know about you, but the thought of my daughter, who is still figuring out how to navigate slides safely, launching herself into a pile of wood chips wasn't exactly on my list of fun park activities. As we approached, I felt a wave of anxiety wash over me. I watched these older boys sliding down, laughing as they rocketed off those slides, landing in a cloud of wood chips. My heart raced. Initially, my husband and I thought it might be a quick phase. Maybe they would tire themselves out soon. But nope, they just kept going. It became clear. This was not a fleeting moment. The adults, they were just sitting there, munching on their snacks, completely oblivious, or maybe just indifferent to the chaos unfolding just feet away from them. We tried to intervene. I attempted to block one of the slides, hoping to give our daughter a safe place to play. I made some comments, trying to dry off the slide just enough for her. One of the kids noticed my struggle and even offered a towel, bless his heart. But it didn't change the fact that the other slides were still coated in soap, slick as ice. I looked over at the parents, hoping for some backup. Shouldn't they be ensuring their kids were being considerate? Shouldn't they be aware of the other families in the park? But no, they just watched, seemingly unbothered by the fact that their kids' fun was ruining the experience for everyone else. As our daughter finally got her chance to slide, I held my breath, my heart in my throat. Would she slip? Would she get hurt? I felt this tight knot in my stomach, and it only tightened when I heard the kids running back to their parents for more soap and water. Were they really going to soak the entire park? At that point, I knew I had to take action. We decided to reach out on our neighborhood Facebook group. Just a simple plea for consideration, asking parents to maybe take their kids to a splash pad instead of turning our park into a watery mess. I thought surely that would make sense, right? But the response? Oh boy, it was nothing short of astonishing. People came out of the woodwork to defend the chaos. Comments like, "Why didn't you just let your kid join in?" And, "Sorry you didn't have a good experience. My boys have been cooped up and they had a blast," flooded in. I was baffled. How could they not see the issue? I mean, we're talking about a public park, a space meant for everyone, not just a select group who wanted to turn it into a slip and slide. I felt a mix of frustration and disbelief. I mean, would anyone really think it's okay to turn a park into a soapy water playground? And then it struck me. We might be one of only 2 non-Mormon families in the neighborhood. Maybe our request for common courtesy was falling on deaf ears, not just because of the soapy slides, but because of the social dynamics at play. As I read through the comments, I couldn't help but feel this wave of entitlement from some of my neighbors. They were more concerned about their kids' fun than about sharing the space. I thought about how we would never do something like that, how we'd always want to be considerate of others. As the day went on, I couldn't shake this feeling of unease. I kept imagining how many children could get hurt on those slides. I wondered if those kids even thought about the consequences of their actions. Did they understand that not everyone wanted to be soaked in dish soap? So to wrap things up, I ask you, my friends, AITA for asking my neighbors to not turn the public park into a slip and slide. What would you have done in my shoes?